All right, so this video is going to be a little bit odd or a little bit different in the sense of you might be wondering, well, the reason stocks move really doesn't matter. And you might say, well, don't you make a bunch of videos about reasons and cause and effect and why stocks are moving today? And yeah, I do make some of those videos. And a lot of that is because what happens is people are searching for what they want, but it's not necessarily what they need. So in order to attract people, we need to go ahead and connect with you in a certain way. Now, I do think like some financial channels and stock trading channels, they just attract you with a lot of gimmicky stuff. The point here is what I'm trying to say is that stocks move for all sorts of different reasons. And when we start looking at things like Boeing, for example, right here, this one, Alaska Airlines grounds Boeing's mid-flight blowout, big problem for a company. And you could say this is the reason why the stock is moving. I mean, you could think that. So when we start looking at Boeing here, you could say, hey, the stock moved down right here. It moved down because of that. Is that really the reason the stock is moving lower? Maybe, maybe not. The simple answer is actually there are more sellers than buyers. That is really the reason. But as humans, what happens is what we're trying to do is we are meaning seeking. And when we try to find meaning to this, it kind of gives us a little bit of a purpose because we have this desire to understand things. We want the reason for it. And in some cases, there is no reason. In order to really truly get the reason this stock is moving down right now, as Mark Douglas wants to put it, he said, you have to contact all the people that traded Boeing on that day and ask them, why did you buy or sell the stock? Now, in my case, I went ahead and purchased it because I thought it could bounce in the next month. Now, I've got a vertical spread in the options world, which I think is a little bit better rather than just trading stock shares on a move like this because I have a predefined risk. And I'm thinking it could just pop for a couple days. Other people might be selling it because, well, the stock went up very high because now they're looking at it from an investment standpoint. You might have a grandma in there that says, you know what, I just buy one share every day. That's just kind of my thing. You've got other people that have pre-scheduled things in their IRAs to sell and dump the stock, which could have added fuel to the selling problem. Or you have people that pre-scheduled to buy when it came to those levels and the stock touched those levels and then they're buying the stock. So the real reason is that you really don't know the reason why the stock went down. Not a true one-to-one reason because there's not a single one reason. There is multiple reasons, hundreds if not thousands of different reasons why this stock is down here. But the simple answer is it really is lower because there's more sellers than buyers. Now, will I continue to make videos about, hey, you know what, it's moving down probably because of like Boeing's flight problem? Yeah, I'll make more of these kinds of videos because they're kind of fun and interesting to make, and there's a little bit of a discussion that can go with it. But do I trade off of this specifically? No, not at all. The problem when you look at YouTube is a lot of people are searching for certain things, and you might be searching for one thing. But then when I get people on the phone and I actually talk to them when I deal with, let's say, coaching and one-on-one, in fact, some of the trades I'll just do a simple coin flip and just, hey, take a 50-50 shot and, you know, it could still pan out because stock is oversold. You could take a vertical shot. It could pop up here and pushes higher, and then you just take your profits off right there. Now, would I do that for every single trade? No, but in some cases, you might do that, and that could be the reason. It was because I took a coin flip. Other times, what people are searching for is they're searching for meaning and purpose because we, as humans, we expect to find causes. Like we're trying to find the cause and the reason. And this is why on the YouTube side, I will go ahead and create videos like this because in order to attract the person that's ready to actually trade, they need to let go of these things because most people, what they're doing is they're doing the same thing the other 90% of the people are doing. They're focusing on technical analysis, the strategies and those kinds of things. And yeah, that's great. You got to know some of the basics for sure. But when you really go down to it, to the rabbit hole, a lot of things is the mental game. And on the mindset, the reason really doesn't matter. When you start looking at, hey, how does prices actually move? It's just more buyers than sellers or more sellers than buyers. And that's how they're moving. And when we're looking at it, it's the mind and the brain that actually needs to evolve to letting these reasons go. Because what's going to happen is we try to attach ourselves And if you haven't been profitable yet, or you've been trading for a little while, and you see, hey, you know what, I'm doing a lot of losses, but you're hopping from like one technical analysis course to another, and then another to another. It's really, there's probably a lot more of the inner game that you need working on, and mindset rather than actually the technicals. But my point here in this video for you today is to share with you that the reason really doesn't matter. You can take a trade for whatever reason you want. What you need to do is understand the strategy, your money management, risk management, how to manage these things more appropriately rather than looking for perfect entries, perfect exits. That's what people are really searching for. Perfect entries, great exits, but they don't really understand how to manage money effectively or properly. And that's why I want to share with you in this video that there's a lot of videos out there that I make that also are just on YouTube that are just basic and generic. And that's because that's a lot of the YouTube audience. Once people are a little bit more ready to learn, they give a phone call, we talk to them, and then I go in and chat with them about how do you really spread money? How do you really deal with the capital? How do you look at an account? Because dealing with one type of account is going to be a little bit different than another person's account. And that's where you really start opening your eyes up and seeing how to make money from the markets, because it's a blended relationship that you're trying to go with. You're trying to go in and connect, like, hey, somebody likes to eat, let's say, apples, and another person likes to eat meat. So you've got one person that's more into fruit and one person that likes meat. So, well, how do you like your meat cooked? Is it rare, well done, or somewhere in between? Other people, well, you like fruit and apples. Well, do you also like other veggies, like maybe strawberries, maybe grapes? And what kind of salad can we make from there? So for everybody, you're going to fine tune those things, and you need to find your path. Otherwise, what you're trying to do is just justify, oh, the reason is this, or the market's down because of that. It's okay, it'll come back. And then you're doing things on hope and prayer, and it just never works out. So work your system, work your strategy, fine tune it, tweak it, modify it, adjust it. Unfortunately, if you don't know how to do those things, that's the issue. What you're going to do is you're going to hop around doing the wrong things. So if you're a person that likes, meat or these heavier meals, and you're hopping into the fruit side, it's not a match for you. And the same with dating relationships, it's not a match. And same here with, let's say, in the stock market. If you've got a strategy or a system that you're doing that's not a match for you, it's not going to work. So you need to learn to fine tune things and find what works for you after, of course, you learn the basics and the appropriate basics. None of the, hey, get rich quick, learn this, made 30,000 in 12 minutes kind of thing. It takes time, takes work, and a lot of energy and effort. Anyways, I thought I'd share that with you, that a lot of people, they're just seeking reason, they're seeking cause and effect, because we are meaning seeking creatures. When it comes to humans, the reason for why something happened, why something didn't happen, and it can be a little bit of a burden in the market. So be careful, be mindful. Thought I'd open your eyes up a little bit and share with you some insight. As far as the news events and those kinds of things, is it fun to chat about? Yeah, sure. On YouTube, it's fun. When it comes to actually doing the trades, and do I really care about it? No, not at all. Stock might be oversold. You take a shot, you take a position, maybe let it hit for the upside or the downside, and then you try to manage the trade. And it's the management part that's way more critical than precise entries and exits. Anyways, thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Fun and education, and feel free to give me a call if you actually are more serious about learning and ramping things up in yourself personally.